They are also called journals. So it is an accounting record that is used to record the different types of transactions in a chronological order. And the reason for being called the books of original entry is that this is the first place where you record. Ukishapata ile quotation, ama ile invoice, ama ile order, ama ile source document you order, then itakwambia this one should be recorded in this book. That book that you write first, it is a book of original entry. So kitambo, we used to have books. Sai tuko na system. But we still call them as the books of original entry. So for system, kuna mahali utaweka the receipts. Journals, they are designed to record special types of business transactions and post the totals accumulated to these journals to the general ledger. So this one is the one that will give us the go-ahead to post now to the ledgers. We have different types of books of original entries. We have sales day book or sales journal. Then we have the purchases, the return invoice, how it works, cash book, and petty. And we also have the general journal. Ready to go and record. So recording the transactions from source documents. So the journals, they use the information that is in the source document. And we are going to start with the sales day book. A sales day book, it records details of all credit sales made by the business. And it is also called the sales journal, and it records the sales invoices, the sales of credits. All the credit sales, you record them in this book, the sales day book. So if in a day you have sold your goods, kila kitu yenye imeenda na invoice, si ndio? So hizo invoice huyu anafanya kazi kwa dispatch, okay? Akidispatch ndio anaandika invoices, okay? Zikiendana. The invoices, if it is a book, in business, mostly zinatengenezwa zikiwa triplicate. So atapea copy moja customer, aende nayo, isn't it? The other copy, atararua iende accounts. Na yabaki na the book copy, okay? Hii copy imekuja kwako kwa accounts office. Utaifanyia nini? Utaweka record ya sales day book. So if you look at the entries in the sales day book, it looks like this. It is written here sales day book. Then we have date, details, folio, amount. Date, details, folio, amount. Okay? Then each entry shows the dates. So you record on daily basis, si ndio? Kuanzia tarehe moja mpaka jana ngati. Mkume tuanzie tu on first. So this date in accounting, we record the year, then month, and day. Okay? So the following day, tunajua ni March, mpaka ufika lini? April. Okay? So every entry shows the dates, the amount, the name of the customers, the invoice number, and the amount in the transaction. So at the end of the period, so this is a journal for So if you have the details, here in the details, you give the name of the customer. Okay? These are accounting books. All accounting documents, they must have the serial number. Okay? So maybe this is number 316. Okay? And then moja, you are 500, this was 300, Ivo 600, 200. Then at the end of the month, you do what? You do the total. What is the total here? 1600. Single. Equally. Yeah. That is the month. Okay? Then, at the end of the period, you total this. Okay? And when you total this, then you transfer this amount to the general journal. This amount. So in the journal, what you call a record day 1, 2, 3, you record 2 ones. March says 1600. Sindio? Unaanza April hapa. Ama unafungua na page. April unazira total ya April nayo ilikuja ngapi? 1800. Okay? That is how you do with the sales. When it comes to purchases day book, the sale. Okay? The invoices that you receive. Okay? When you go and buy goods on credit, unaenda na document gani kile kununua? Unaenda na purchase order. Okay? Unapea kwenye ile business kama ni sukari unaendea. Alafu unakuja na goods and the invoice. Okay? That invoice that has been received, those are the invoices that will enter here now in the purchases table. Okay? Then, in the purchases journal, they divide it into the same. You put the amounts. Then, at the end of the period, you transfer this amount to the general journal. What about these ones? This is how, at the end of the period. In the sales day book, what you do at the end of the period, and I think you have that sentence there. At the end of the period, the individual entries in the sales journal are posted. The individual entries in the sales journal are posted to the debit side. The sales journal are posted one by one to the debit side of the debtors account. In the sales ledger. In the sales ledger. And the total is posted on the credit side of the sales account in general journal. These individual entries, you post them. So what you are going to do, you are going to open the account for John, account for James, okay, account for Peter, and Andrew. Sasa, these are our customers, okay? So, ukipost receipt, unakuja na invoice zao ndio hizi. Then, debit side of the account. Sawa? Like that. Like that. Then, the total. The debtors. Yeah. How much? 1600. Then, in the accounting records, everything has serial numbers. Okay? the accounting records, accounting books, hata wakati tunatumia books zilikuwa na numbers. Nunua ile kwaya ile hardcover, lakini ziko na number, page, kila page ziko na number. Okay, so this may be your page 16, 18, 24, and this was 26. Page number in your ledger, because the ledger was something like this. Okay, so you know John is our customer. Okay, so unafungulia hapa hii ledger John, and because it's a big book, unaweka data zote hapa. Okay, unampea page ngapi? Kadhaa. Unapea John the other one. Okay, James page kadhaa, si ndio? So record yake kama iko hapa ni page 16. That is what I mean. Okay, so this one ndio inakujaga hapa. Okay, such that if you go to the sales day book number 316, uone John, inakwambia huyu John, you can get this information in ledger. I don't know if I guess there. In the sales ledger, page 16. Tunaelewana? The same sasa hapa. Na hii. You get it? Yeah? Yeah. And then in this ledger, ledgers here, a ledger inakuwa na hiyo column ya folio. A true ledger iko na column ya folio. Okay? This one. It has dates, details, folio, amount. Okay? So, kwa John, ikiwa imekaa vizuri venye ledger inafaa kukaa, ya John itakuwa na date, sawa? Details, folio, amount, such that, and this is page 16, okay? Such that if you open this book fast, first, you may forget to visit unaona John. Okay? Ukiona hii inamaanisha ukienda kwa sales demo page 316, you'll get that information. Okay? Yeah, folio inasaidia kufanya kitu inaitwa cross referencing. Sawa sawa. Yeah, sasa. Let's go to the purchases day book. Purchases day book, it just operates the same as the sales day book. And now here, we don't record the sales invoices, we record the purchases invoices. Sasa, hizi purchases invoice, and also, in accounting to a child, hii invoice ilikuja na namba yake, isn't it? Inakuwa kwa particulars. So, invoice number yetu ya kupeana zetu zinaendaka serial juu yenye unauzia next niwe unazipeana, lakini from the customers yenye umenunua Kilanis haitakuwa namba the same na yenye umenunua Naivas. So you record it like this. Okay, then now this is purchase ledger. Mambo na folio, so you understand. Then in the purchases day book, so I need to next to purchases day book. What's an illustration? We're going to do one illustration that covers all the email. So purchases day book. It records all the purchase invoices received by the firm during a particular period. It has the following format. It has the following format. Then, after the format, at the end of the period, the individual entries in the purchase journal are posted to the credit side of the creditor's account, to the credit in the purchases ledger, and the total is posted, and the total is posted to the debit side of the purchases account. The debit side of the purchases account of the general ledger. That is, you know these are our suppliers. Okay? Then we are going to open an account for each of them. Like this. Then you post this amount here. Like this. Okay? Now, this one. On the credit side. Okay? Then, here you have the one account, the general ledger for purchases. Then you record what? Your invoices here. This is creditors. How much? 1,600. Is it under? Stand up. Right. Then another thing that occurs in a business is that when you buy goods or goods come to the farm through two ways. Through purchases. When you purchase goods, they come into the farm. Okay? When you sell goods, they go out of the farm. Okay? Then sometimes you can sell goods. Tuliona sales table. Tumeandika goods zimeenda. Kumbe our staff when wanafanya dispatch wanafanya mixed up. Okay? Instead of returning goods, when you sell goods, then maybe wakati wa packaging, our dispatch team they did a mix up. So maybe you are selling books. Customer ametutisha vitabu 20 ruled, 15 squared, and 10 plain. Kuna vitabu plain. Yeah, tufanye mixed up. Aende akuta tunamwekea ruled nyingi kuliko vile alikuwa anataka. He doesn't need them. What would he do? It is allowed. He will return the goods back to us. Okay? So those goods that are returned back to the farm for various reasons, we call them return invoice. And we have the reasons for return invoice. One of the reasons is maybe the wrong goods were supplied. The customer will return the goods that he doesn't require. Okay? The second reason, maybe the goods were spoiled on transit. The customer will reject them and return them. Okay? Maybe they were more than he had ordered. Yeah, those are the reasons. You may see those reasons in the visual theory part. Okay, and when somebody who has bought the goods to repair invoice, isn't it? To repair invoice, na akaunti yake tukaiweka hapa, si ndio? Si ilikuwa hiyo. Wakati wa sales ilikuwa hiyo. Isn't it? Okay? Amerudisha vitu za 200. Itabidi tu credit account yake. Si ndio? Tunaongea nini? Document inaitwa nini? Credit note. Okay? Ya kumaanisha you have credited your account. Because to have reduced your account from 500 to 300. So tunaambia source document ya kuonyeshana that such a transaction. Goods zikienda zirudi hatujamaza, hatulisemi tunanyamaza. Okay? Tuna release a document called a credit note. So, sales daybook, it reports all the credit note raised by a firm and sent to customers. So, akirudisha ni sisi tunaandika credit note na tunamtumia. Tunamwambia your account has been credited with 200. May reduce your balance. Okay? Sent to a customer during a particular financial period. In the sales return daybook, or we call it sales return or return inwards. Return inwards, they're coming in to the business. So we record the sales return daybook details of all credit notes which we have sent to our customers for the goods they have returned to us. The format is this one. Then waiting somewhere. Then the format is like that. Then ukimaliza kuijaza, what do we do at the end of the period? Individual entries in the return inward journal. Individual entries in the return inward journal are posted to the credit of the debtors account. The credit side of the debtors account, credit of the debtors account in the sales ledger, in the sales ledger. Kwa hiyo account ilikuwa ya pale ya job. Unaikumbuka? Ilikuwa na 500, ndio tunamrudishia 200. And the total is posted to the debit side of the return inwards account. Return inwards. So the debit side of the return inwards account in the general ledger. Then last thing, we have the purchases return. Purchases return or return outwards journal. Similarly, when we buy goods on credit, we get invoices. We have seen how we do the purchases daybook. But sometimes we find that the goods that we have purchased, maybe they are not the right kind. Okay, or maybe they are oversupplied, or maybe they have been spoiled. So we return them back to the supplier. Okay, that is a return outwards. So when we return them out, the supplier will give us what? A credit note from inside. And when you are supplying it to them, sometimes you can give them a debit note. Lakini sasa credit note ni ya rahisi mwenye amereceive huko. So the purchases return daybook, this is where we record such transactions. So the purchase return daybook details from credit notes. We record in the purchases returns daybook. Record in the purchases returns daybook details from credit notes given to us, from credit notes given to us by suppliers in respect of goods, which we have returned to them. In respect of the goods which we have returned to them. Then you can have the format. Then at the end of the period, the individual entries in the return outwards journal are posted to the debit. Of the supplier accounts in the purchases ledger, and the total posted to the credit side of return outwards account. amount in the general ledger. Then now you can have illustration. So it is an accounting record that is used to record the different types of transactions in a chronological order. And the reason for being called the books of original entry is that this is the first place where you record. Ukishapata ile quotation ama ile invoice ama ile order ama ile source of order, then itakwambia this one should be recorded in this book. The book that you write first, it is a book of original entry. So kitambo, we used to have books, side corner system, but we still call them as the books. So for system, kuna mahali like the receipts.